gonna blow it.
Yeah.
2, it's like, what are you gonna use first? You know?
Right.
You could dual wield Uchi Katanas if you go Samurai, because you can get an Uchi Katana really early.
I'm gonna go Samurai. I think it'll be good. It'll work out. Especially non-FP, I think it'll work out. It'll be fun. And this character's gonna be Buttercup.
Yeah, I still haven't decided. I want to go quality, but I don't know if I'm really gonna go quality. And I'm kind of thinking curved greatswords. The only issue is
You know me, and
the best curved greatswords, like the
it's
Bloodhounds
like
one.
right when you get into the fucking game.
Yeah,
like
and
right
it's like
at the beginning.
And it's like I have that one, but it's like later on I could force scaling on something else to be quality or to be bleed or something, but I just don't know. I'll probably end up going back to a heavy weapon.
But this works for me, because, like, realistically, if I'm gonna go either strength or dex, right? Sure, this is like a quality setup now. But, like, realistically, dexterity at 15, though. That hurts if I'm gonna go strength and endurance.
The thing is, it's a reset, but, like, no matter what, you're gonna need dex to use half
I'm
the
gonna
weapons
need something.
anyway.
Right.
And most of them scale off dex, even if it's only a little bit.
Right, so like 15 dex isn't gonna fucking kill me.
No, it's gonna be like nothing.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking too much into it. But I like starting with the Uchi Katana. Just because it's such a good fucking weapon.
That literally, when I started, I ran. That was the only thing I did. I did the Uchi Katana, picked it up, did that fucking dungeon, and then ran straight over to kill the fucking dragon.
Oh, 100%. Because it's such a good fucking weapon.
Yeah. Well, and it was one of those. I'm like, well, this will help me bleed the dragon.
Well, not to mention, like you said, I'm gonna need some sort of dex.
Yeah.
Get some fucking weapon. So, like, I'd rather take it at especially if I'm gonna do no FP.
Yeah. Well, and that too, like, I was looking at the game, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, even looking up weapon tier lists, I can't find anything. Because, like that, it's like best quality weapon, they said, is the Bloodhound Fang Curved Greatsword. But they're still talking about weapon arts. And it's one of those, like, straight AR and weapon set usage. I don't know what the best quality weapon in the game is if you're not using weapon arts. So, like, I don't know what weapon I'm going to end up wanting to use or using. And, like, having that freedom of having dex and strength and, like, whatever I pick up that I want to try, I can just use is really cool so far. It's very freeing compared to normal, where it's like you have a build in mind and you have to do the build. You know?
Right.
Although I'll tell you, not having summons is a bit weird.
No, it feels good.
No, it does, but it's a bit weird after having played the game the way that it is technically meant to be played. And I'm getting really good at the guard counters. Like, actually using a shield to block and not just parry and then put away has been an adventure. Because that's still my plan, is I want to use heavy. I actually want to use heavy armor, because I always use, like, cloth, or end up half naked, because I'm using... You know, I put everything into damage, and then two-hand a heavy weapon. Or I use magic, so it's like, I want to actually have heavy armor, I want to have a shield that actually blocks. So it's been a very nice change of pace. Yeah, you just let me know whenever you're down to co-op some shit.
Oh, there it is. It's gonna be a minute. I don't even know if it'll be tonight.
Well, yeah, at the beginning it's all running around doing random shit. Fucking with your guy.
Once mentioned, I'm fucking tired. So we'll see how this goes. I just let douchebag beat the fuck out of me.
I almost beat him. Actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'll do that next.
I mean, there's no point, but...
Right. Like, you don't fucking get... Oh, I think you get the...
weapons priorly.
The swords, yeah.
But I was never going to use those.
No, absolutely not. They're good, though. Early on, they're good.
Yeah. Well, I think they're good later on now.
But they?
I'm still not going to use them. It's a fucking straight sword. Fuck that.
What is that?
Do I look like a faggot?
Jesus Christ. Holy God. I forgot how to fucking...
You went on to play like fucking Dark Souls 3 after, right?
Yeah. Not only that, I fucking have touched this game in a long fucking time. So I didn't even know how to fucking wield my weapon. Figured it out. We're good. Before the tutorial, made me feel good.
Like a boss.
Like a boss.
God, it's so weird actually blocking shit with a shield though. So fucking foreign to me.
Card count. Ooh, fuck. Card counters are fucking dope.
Well, too, I just forget that you can block some ridiculous hits from some of these enemies. Like that, like I don't know why. I just in my head I'm like, oh, I can't block that.
I should just jump. Can we just admire the jump button in this game?
I love that you can actually use it to like dodge shit, like Sekiro, too. Like all the ground attacks and shit, you can actually jump over.
I know, it's sweet.
I mean, I'm usually too stupid to do it, but...
Oh, 100%.
Damn it.
Just as good, though.
So I actually watched, I don't even know who fucking put it up. Somebody put up a video of basically explaining with Monster Hunter what we had talked about the other day with there being two different studios. One working on like the mobile game, one working on like the quote-unquote real game. Apparently that's actually been a thing since 4? Apparently like 4 and Ultimate were made by the real team, and what are like Generations or whatever the fuck the other one was is the side team. I think it might have even been before that. I don't remember. I can't remember if this is like the second or the third. And they were going over the differences of like how they do shit, and it's actually kind of like, it's weird because like the main team like world gives you RNG at endgame. So, like, the investigations that you would get randomly, and then all the decorations and stuff, so you have to basically just keep doing things to try to get what you're looking for. And in the mobile game, I guess they make it so that it's like, you're just doing quests that are like static quests, but you know you're getting like the monster part that you need to upgrade the armor or the weapon. They said, so basically it's like, in case you, instead of you waiting on one piece and you have no idea when you're going to get it to take that next step in damage, you know exactly how to get it for the weapon that you're doing. But it doesn't go to other weapons. So like, if you got a really strong decoration in world, you were set for multiple builds. But if you do a mission in like Rise, you're guaranteed to get the upgrade that you need, but it's only for the specific weapon or armor piece that you're using, that you were going for. So you can target what you're doing easier, but it doesn't cross
to farm necessarily.
Yeah, it doesn't cross over to other weapons. Is the way that they were kind of explaining it. But they said basically you end up with a shorter grind in the mobile games because it is more targeted. Like in World, we could build a bunch of builds right off the bat just because we kept getting the random pieces. So like, we would be almost to a build already just because we randomly got a drop. But in Rise, to have that many builds, you have to specifically do it, but you're generally not going to make builds just for making builds. So like, to get to endgame and to finish, quote-unquote, will be quicker. And then the combat, they said, is a little bit more arcadey in the mobile games. They generally give you a little bit more leeway on like how you're going to fight with your weapon. Like they'll have special moves or special stances that like change how you would play the game. Or you'll have like special attacks that you like power up almost like an ultimate. They do more stuff like that, while the main team is generally more grounded and a little bit more straightforward. Which they said it just lets you customize. Like if you want to use a greatsword, but the way the greatsword doesn't work normally, there might be a workaround that you could use that works slightly more to your playstyle. But they said each game kind of takes a slightly different approach on the mobile side. The only other difference they really said was that apparently the mobile games, when they go to like G rank or like, because like for World Master Rank, not every monster from the base game got a Master Rank. They said the mobile games don't do that. Pretty much every single game, or every single monster in the game gets a higher level, which they're like, can be redundant. So like, if, like, because they gave us Pickle, but then there was no Pickle for Master Rank because he was the, like, whatever the variant of it was.
But then he got temper.
Yeah, but in this game, they'll have a master rank of normal Devil Joe and a master rank of the new Devil Joe. So you get more monsters technically, but it's kind of redundant.
No, I see what you're saying.
You know, like, you're getting... Because you really want to be fighting the newer version of it.
Right.
But
Just
you still get a master rank version of the shittier version.
Interesting.
But yeah, it was kind of interesting, because... Like, too, I kind of justified me, because I'm like, I knew they said something about there being 2 fucking teams. And one being for mobile and one being for the main series. And that's what the guy said. They got this, like, the series started becoming so big with when they started doing it, they wanted to make sure that they had either a game or an expansion pretty much every calendar year. Which would mean that whatever World 2 or whatever it ends up being would be 2023 if they keep on that track, because 2022 would have been Sunrise. I mean, that's by the end of the year, though. Would be their, goal, wanting to keep something coming out every year. Which the end of the year is, the end of next year is still a long-ass fucking way away.
Yeah, I still think 24.
Well, it's that. Basically, World hasn't been doing anything since the last title update for Iceborne. That team has been just working on whatever's coming next. They don't have anything to do with Rise.
Of course not.
So, like, you're looking at, like, how long does it take to tweak some some weapon movements and a couple monsters, Like, does that take 2 years? Does it take 3 years? Because it'll be 3 years. Because they're going to have 2 years for Rise. Like, does that take 3 years? It could.
It might. Or, we'll make sure it comes out fucking perfect.
Yeah. Which I'm sure. I'm sure it will.
Oh, right, but I mean, that's kind of what they have to do.
Yeah, especially at this
Otherwise,
point. If they drop the ball now...
Oh, it's awful. I'd rather wait.
Yeah.
Get it perfect.
Because, yeah, you're going to have all these people jumping in thinking they found a new thing.
I know. My only fucking biggest nerves at this point, because so long it's been, is that it's the same thing. Like, I get it, it's gonna be the same thing. Like, I'm not like expecting breaking, right? But there's gotta be different monsters. There's gotta be some sort of different mechanic in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have fucking 20 years of Monster Hunter, and you can't tell me you can't, like, implement something into it?
Well, and that's
like, the infection thing. Like, that'd be fucking sweet.
See, and that's the thing, is that they keep changing how they do endgame.
Right.
And I personally think, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, it depends on how they do it, it is going to be more of a social, online, dedicated type of game, for better or worse. But,
I mean,
like,
cool.
It's one of those, with how many events, how often they have the events, how updated those are, and then the big, like, seasonal things where they redo the Gathering Hub and all that, it already basically was mixing in the title updates that, and it was all free, like, it all basically is there, but I personally think that there's probably going to be more stuff like Safi Jiva and Kolv Taroth.
You think so?
I think so.
Like, you think they're gonna go more multiplayer with World 2?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know necessarily if more multiplayer is
Or more like,
like
damage
that.
accumulation?
Yes, like more of a server versus monster type of farming
Got it. No,
experience.
that's what I mean, yeah, okay.
And I think it's going to be similar, but I think they're going to try to push it more into guilds, clans. You know, try because it already should have been.
I mean, okay, that's fine.
You know, technically, I just think it's one of those. I don't think they're going to change much, but I think it's going to try to push you
To do, like,
further
clan...
into that, doing it as a community type of thing.
That's fine, but I have one... Excuse me. I have one recommendation for you. And I need you to follow me on this.
Okay.
If no one fucking comes with us in World 2, we need to join an active clan.
No, I'm down. I'm down.
Fair?
I'm
100%. Like, it's been you and me, and we've tried to fucking, like, bring people in, but at some point, we need to be in that active clan to fucking get the rewards of a higher clan level. If that makes sense.
Now, here's the thing. With how much we play right now, I think we would just be faceless people in a clan, and I don't think it would do very much for us.
Right.
However, if we end up in World 2 the way we were in World 1, and especially in Iceborne, then realistically, if we can at least bring a couple people, I can do the same thing I did in Destiny. I have the blueprint.
This same thing if you and me went into a already active planet, especially if we did things like something in Iceborne, right? Or you're right, or if you can use that same blueprint, right?
Well, I'm just saying it because, like, technically speaking, Admiral will play with us.
I don't know.
He will, because he wants to play. But here's again, it all depends on if we have people that are actually playing. You know,
I could try to pull Hawaiian in.
Well, and that's the thing. Hawaiian already said he's getting Rise. As soon as I said who's getting it, Hawaiian, when he saw the message, was like, I'm getting it. Like, I never even directly talked to him.
Sweet. So
like,
if I can talk to Hawaiian and get, like, his buddies to get World 2.
Even Rise. Like, that's the thing is, like, we should, like, I sent Coltrane a message,
start
he
pulling,
never
start pulling
me
people.
back.
Oh, I understand that, like, pulling people in with Rise.
Yeah.
Right?
Because if we've got you and me and, like, 4 to 5 other people that are gonna play it, not just like turn it on for a day and then disappear, but like are gonna play it, which Mo I think is a strong candidate, Hawaiian's a very strong candidate, Admiral, if he's not being cluster-fucked by life, is on, you know, Malk could be, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, if we got Grum or Coltrane or both of them, that would be enough. And that's a big enough group to bring people in.
And Coltrane.
Like people, like even you, I'm sure you don't realize this. Do you know what we started the clan with?
No.
So here's what we started the clan with. It was me and Malk, who were playing all the time. And then it was J Money, who was playing fairly regularly, Sleep, Timmy, and Acid. That was it. Balk and me were like the only dedicated people. And we put up the clan thing before Taken King came out. And by the time Taken King came out, we were doing a blind raid runs. Day one.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And
yeah.
it only took like 3 weeks. We had enough people to be having raid signups. By the time you joined, the clan had only been around for like 2.5, 3 months.
That's a good point.
Like, it doesn't take much if you've got enough people that play and you've got a couple dedicated people that are willing to play with everybody, which at the time, Malk and me would play with literally anybody. That's why we started the clan, was we're like, we have to have a reason to play more. Like, that was
right.
it.
And then,
so
and
like,
then, like...
And then it's that. You find like personalities in like life situations, and it's fucking easy. But you have to have, it can't be just 2 or 3 people. You know, like, it has to be more than that. So that's the only issue. Like, I know you and me can carry a clan, as long as we've got 3 or 4 other people that are on regularly enough.
Right. And then the more that go on, right?
And the only reason...
Like you said, I'll play with anybody.
Yeah, and the only reason I prefer that is anytime I join a clan, there's always a chance that something just goes fucked up, or the leader stops playing, or anything. And then you have to start
Well, not only
over.
that, or, like... It gets... and I will say this, too, though. Like, it almost becomes cliquey.
No, it does.
You know what I mean?
And it,
like,
and it will.
Then you've got, and then that's, and I guess that's gonna inevitably happen, depending on how big the clan gets.
And whoever plays the most is gonna be, and it's one of those. Like, I realized that, like, even our Destiny clan was cliquey.
Yeah.
Like, we had the PvP cliques and the people that didn't really play with people and like stuff like that. But like, we kept it open enough that everybody knew they weren't like an outcast.
Right, and I would like to do that with a clan.
Yes.
As much as humanly possible. Like, if you want to play with me, like, fucking send me an invite, right? I may be the leader of the clan, but I'm not fucking higher than you. I'm just a dude that likes video games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what we kept Destiny as. It wasn't like, you know, like...
It wasn't like, oh, I'm higher than you, I'm an admin, or I'm a fucking... No, that's not how that
like,
works.
me being a leader, the only time that came into play was in the raids when it was like... Somebody had to make a decision on something. I'd be like, all right, we're doing this then. And, you know, like, that was... Yeah. But, like, you know, like, it was just... It's not that big of a thing, but, like...
No, but...
Two, it's one of those.
Somebody had to, like, make those decisions. Like, I'm sorry, if someone's not gonna play, you know what I mean, and we're waiting, and there's 6 people, or 5 people already, and we're waiting on one person. Like, sorry. Like, we gotta make that decision, like, hey.
And it's that, if these games are coming out, you know, if that's their thing, they're gonna have a game or a DLC every year, then there's no reason that with the group of people that we already have, getting a few more people that are getting interested in a Monster Hunter, that we couldn't keep that shit going for as long as we wanted it to go.
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing, is I really don't give a shit about being a leader. I just want people to play with.
No, yeah, that's the whole, like, and that's the same thing. And with Monster Hunter, it's not like you need, like, a fucking designated leader to, like, you know, unless, again, if they have some type of fucking Kulf Taroth, Safi Jiva, we can be like, hey, what day are you guys going to be on? And we can try to set up a fucking server, you know, like, but...
Or we could do what we tried to do, I guess, if it gets big enough, where, like, nights and days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because we ended up trying to set that up, because I know I was working nights, but still, I couldn't get anyone on nights.
Well, no,
so I was like, okay.
The people that played at night were, like, very hit or miss, and it's again, it was like, you were by yourself.
Right.
Like, again, if it was like you and Malk were both working that schedule and both of you were on all the time and you had another people that were like... Because that's the thing, you have to have a couple people that are always on.
Right.
And then at least a few people that are usually on, so it looks lively and people want to be around.
Right.
Master, do you ever... I would, well, rather don't ask anything...
But yeah, you know, and it's like, you know... Like I said, I think Mo's gonna have a fucking blast with us in the game. I don't know if he's gonna get super addicted to it, but I think he's definitely gonna...
I fucking love Mo.
Yeah,
I miss Mo.
No, and it's that. He just likes playing with people and fucking around, and I think that's his type of game. I think Grum would have a blast. I don't know if there's any way in hell to even talk him into it. Like I said, I sent Coltrane a message. He didn't even respond, so I'm assuming that's a no.
Probably not. I'll talk to RP.
But yeah, you know, it's like one of those. I mean, it's Admiral 2. I did talk to Admiral. I don't know if I told you last time. Like, Sundays. He said he's still gonna be free.
Sundays.
So Sunday nights he should still be able to play with us. And I told him, like, you know, it's not. I'll play with you every Sunday. I don't give a shit. You know, like. I'll be on.
Sundays are easy.
Yeah, I'll be on, so...
Your ton, then, believe it or not, for a...
We'll figure it out.
Well, bless you, you're a true saint.
The only thing that kind of sucks as of right now...
I can teach you sorceries, as promised.
Is it looks like I'm probably going to be on vacation for a fucking week, like a couple days after it comes out.
No. Nice.
But, you know, that's just life.
No, that's life. But that we've always fucking tried to work around that.
Yeah.
Life always comes first.
Yeah, I'll just end up playing like an absolute fucking degenerate
Dickhead
for a couple
days.
And then, yeah, you guys will catch up to me.
Oh, yeah. That's how it always fucking works.
Because I'll be sitting here not doing shit in the middle of the day but playing that game, and then...
But if we have that, like, if you have that, like template, that's fine. But...
Again, it depends on you and
me,
and it depends on if we have other people. If not, then I have no problem joining another clan. It's just, I know it's going to be weird, and, like... You know.
Well, that's fine. Like,
yeah.
Initially it'll be fucking weird.
Yeah, because it's trying to find the like-minded people within the clan that you are on at the same time with that aren't assholes.
Right. For some reason, people like fucking being assholes. I don't understand.
Well, again, like the only. It's like the Destiny thing. The whole reason the clan came around is that, you know, day one, must have whatever the exotic is from the raid, know what you're doing, have cleared it 37 times, you know?
Yeah,
like,
right,
you run into that crowd with RPGs, and it's...
Well, not to mention, I haven't been playing much, just because there's nothing to fucking play.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, if it's still not... You know, and it just might be one of those, like, depending on where you're at with your job and, like, how many hours you have to be working and all that shit, like, you know, gaming, like you said, gaming is great. It's something you want to do, but it's not the priority.
Realistically, it's just gonna be 7 to...
Yeah,
typically.
but we're talking, like, I'm talking past Rise now, you know, like a year and a half, 2 years from now.
Oh, you mean when I'm, like...
You know,
yeah, because I'll have, like, night classes, I'll have...
Yeah, you're going to be doing a lot of shit. So, like, at that point, it's not really, you know... Who knows? You know, who knows what your schedule is going to be or what kind of time you're going to have
absolutely.
or what you're going to want to be doing, but...
Yeah, because I'm going to have to fucking work, and then I want to go to goddamn night classes and shit. But usually those are, like, one time a week.
Yeah,
or, like, a full week... but, like, once a month. So, like, there's gonna be, like, 1 week where I'm not gonna be fucking on, period. Yeah. Just because I'm literally gonna go to fucking work, at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna get home at fucking 9, and I'm gonna be dog shit tired, and then I'm gonna have to fucking go back to work at 7 o'clock in the morning the next day, and do it again for fucking 7 days, or 5 days. Well, that's just something we'll have to fucking adjust to.
Well, yeah, and that's, you know, that's what I'm saying, is like, that's the stuff you can't really, plan for ahead of time. It just is what it is.
No, I'll be able to plan. I'll be able to plan for it. They'll tell me the weeks that I'm there, and then I'll be like, hey, I'm not going to be on this week just because I've got school or whatever. And school and work. So, like, I'll be able to tell you guys those weeks that I do.
Yeah.
But, like, I won't be on for a fucking week. Or at least 5 days or whatever.
Which will probably be all the times that the events come out that we need all the people on.
Absolutely. 100%. That's the way it's gonna fucking land.
This is how things go, but yeah.
Great thing is, too, is I can't take vacation. They could be like, nah, I ain't gonna go to school today.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, why? Monster Hunter's coming out with a fucking sweet event that I gotta do.
Gotta get this new fucking hammer.
Gotta get this sweet hammer, bro.
Looks like a dildo. Gotta have it.
Oh, man. It's a giant finger. You know I'm gonna do that with my butthole? Alright, stop.
So, I'm obviously going to main Greatsword. Are you going to main Hammer again? I gotta
100%.
assume yes. Okay. Do you know what
100%.
your second or third fuck-around weapons are gonna be?
Second's gonna be Insect Glaive, for sure.
Okay.
Third, I don't know yet.
Okay, so
I'm thinking tanky. I'm thinking Lance.
You thinking Lance? Okay, because my second is going to be the Hunting Horn. I really started enjoying that at the end of Iceborne.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do that, especially if we end up playing with a bunch of other people.
Right.
But I don't know my third yet. I thought maybe Insect Glaive. I thought I might actually try Dual Blades, though, too. Like, actually try it, not just fuck around with it like I was. But, like, I want to make sure that whatever it is in that third slot is Element. Because I don't want to end up in a position like we were at the end of fucking Iceborne. Where all of a sudden you need elemental fucking shit to beat a monster, and I don't have any.
Right. Oh, that is a good point.
So, like, you with the Insect Glaive is perfect, because that's one of the reasons why I was thinking that. I think I might do Dual Blades then, though.
Yeah, Dual Blades is actually pretty good.
Well, it's that. I know they're all good, it's just I never took the time to actually learn some of the other weapons. Like, I fucked around with Switchblade, or the Switch Axe and the Charge Blade and shit like that, but I never, like, took the time to, like, really get good at it.
Yeah.
You know?
I did, though. I really like the Insect Glaive.
No, the Insect Glaive was the only one. Like, the Insect Glaive, for base level world, that's when I was doing the Arc Tempereds by myself, that's what I was using.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, that's why I was thinking I should probably do something else, because I feel like I've done that one enough that I feel like I could probably pick it up and be fine, so there's no reason to like it.
Maybe instead of Insect Glaive, maybe we'll do Sword and Shield.
See, that's one I always look at, but I'm just like, I don't know. There's something about the weapon that just is like,
yeah, I know.
Ugh.
Like, I'm trying to think of something else.
But that would be another really good one for support, again, you know? Like, that's a really good support weapon, because you can use all the items and the powders and all that shit easier.
But I'm just thinking.
Like, longsword seems cool to me too, but I feel like that's too close. Like I know it does elemental damage, but I feel like it's too close to those bigger weapons. Still.
Yeah. Like it seems like that mid-range like speed.
Yeah, like it
But-
seems very Switch Axe to me, and if I was gonna do that, I'd just
Yeah.
use the Switch Axe.
Right,
Like I-
Hawaiian, but I guarantee Hawaiian's gonna do the Switch X.
Probably.
Goddamn thing. And then I'm assuming Admiral will probably do
I'm
either
assuming he'll
the
stay
heavy bow
guns.
gun or. What I'm thinking. I don't know.
And it's one of those. It doesn't matter if we have multiples on a team,
right,
but
it
it's
doesn't.
more fun to kind of get because everybody has a job technically in that game.
Right. So I'm just trying to think. Like hammer's my go-to always, just like your greatsword.
Yeah.
Like hammer's my go-to.
Well, it's that
If
when,
it works
when-
in the same
yeah,
way,
it's going
I'm
to.
assuming
There's going to
it
be
will.
some like special moves and stuff, but it's basically all the weapons work pretty much the same.
Right.
And it's one of those. I know when you and me can face tank the game pretty fucking hard
Oh,
using,
100%.
using our
A
real
great
weapons.
sword and a fucking hammer.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I want the elemental aspect.
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking insect glaive. Right. Just because the elemental aspect. And it's one of those where I feel comfortable with an insect glaive. So when
Yes.
shit gets hard and I need to fucking have a like a fallback on that's just elemental instead of just brute damage, that'll be nice.
And it's
then,
that, like, I thought
the
bow
third
too.
is gonna fucking change. I mean, like, I said lance, but the reason why is because I never played lance before. You know?
Yeah,
or like-
I tried gun lance. The movement with the lances are so fucking
It's just
weird,
so
though.
fucking... And they're so slow.
Well, you like
And you
line
like
up
jump.
and you don't. Yeah, you like
Yeah.
hop and shit. It's
Yeah,
very
it's-
jarring to get used to.
So, like, maybe the third for me will be, like, sword and shield. Just for, like, support purposes.
I mean, if you wanted to go
Or,
real
like-
try hard too, like you were getting pretty good with the charge blade.
I like the charge blade.
Like I was
Charge
awful with
blade's
it.
pretty-
I liked it. I liked it a lot, but I was not good. There was way too much going on,
I
and
got
my
pretty
brain
damn
shut
good.
down.
No, I got pretty damn good with that charge blade. That was pretty good.
Like in Iceborne, I was okay,
That might
but I
be
just
my third.
I just used it in the sword and shield mode all the time.
As long as like elemental became a thing in that though, because all I felt like was power vials.
It was in World until Iceborne.
Iceborne.
Iceborne
And
changed
then
that
I
a bit.
stopped. Yeah, and then I stopped because I think my first weapon was charge blade.
Yeah, you used that at the very beginning. You
And I
ended
like
up
that.
switching to the hammer as your main.
Yeah, I think you know what? That's gonna be my three. It's gonna be hammer, insect, and charge blade. I like the charge. The charge blade is pretty fucking sweet.
No, charge blade is really sweet. It's a really good
Especially if you
weapon.
can like master it.
Yeah, I just never could. Every once
Which
in a while, I'd
forgot.
get a good block,
I got
but
pretty damn good at that fucking that charge blade. I use that a lot though.
no, you did. Like
At
that.
the
Like I said, I
beginning.
think that was the whole beginning of the first game.
Had to have been fucking like 300 hours. Probably not 300 hours, but like
mean,
at
it might
least
have been-
100 to 200.
Yeah, it was a lot, and then all of a sudden it was. It was funny because like you were that forever, I was like the glaive forever. Then I went to bow, and then we both were like, you know what?
Fuck it. Let's go big dick damage.
If we hit it harder, it dies.
Yep.
Like-
When I went hammer and you went fucking
Yeah.
great
You're like,
sword.
I'll break his face. You break his tail. Fuck this shit.
Fuck it.
You know what it was? I think it was Diablos. I think we got stuck on Diablos.
I think
at
it
the
was
end of
Diablos,
fucking
absolutely.
low rank, and we just were like, you know what? Fuck this guy's everything.
Fuck this. We're gonna fucking wreck this dude's face. And tail.
Like if he doesn't have horns or a tail, he can't hurt us anymore.
It might not. Was it Diablos or was it the fucking female
Oh, Black Diablos.
Diablos.
I think it was Black
I
Diablos.
think it was Black
squeaked.
Diablos.
I think we squeaked through Diablos, and then
Yep. And then Black
They'll-
Diablos fucking just...
and
Or
you
was it the duel?
and you because of the weapons we kept choosing, we had to keep fucking fighting Diablos too. And Black
that's
Diablos
right.
because the charge blade, everything that was like
Yeah.
raw damage was
Yeah,
Diablos
it was
gear.
all Diablos. Well, so was the fucking hammer. It was bullshit.
Yep. The hammer, the
course
charge
it was
blade, the
Diablos.
great sword, all the armor.
So it might not
That's-
even been like 1 or 2. It might have been like 3, 4, or 5 times fighting Diablos. I was like, fuck, I'm so tired of fighting these.
That was another one like Nergigante, because he had to fight him 500 times for the same reason.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
We got so fucking good at those guys.
But oh man, you gotta, oh man, I could fucking wreck Nergigante in like 2 minutes. I got so good at him. If I could have got him in that one spot.
That was it. We always just tried to
You
get him
like,
over by the
fuck, just trying to get
poles.
over there, that hill. Oh fuck, I just wreck him. Fuck, I broke everything off of that dickhead. Oh man. But then I don't feel like I was a normal hammer player though, because I literally set my whole build up for just fucking flipping through the air. That's all I liked to do.
Well, you
The
always work
slide.
that in
Oh, of
to your
course,
build.
100%.
until I think even at the very end you still technically worked it in.
Oh, 100%. I had Jump Master, I had Slide, Affinity, where you got more affinity when you slide. And
Oh yeah.
fuck. I was just smashing Affinity when I was sliding. It was crazy.
But again, we could like corral monsters over by hills all the time.
Oh, 100%.
We got good at controlling that.
Oh, for sure. Well, we kind of had to because my build was always was
Well-
always about it.
Well, the thing is, I was always trying to do the same shit with the greatsword like an asshole. Because I'm like, it does so much fucking mounting damage.
Yeah, I know.
Like, there's no reason to not try to mount. Because then, both of our weapons do better when the monster's on the ground.
Right.
So, like, we might as well mount the thing.
Yeah, it made no sense not to. Then we would have competitions on who can mount the monster before
Yeah.
each other.
I'd fucking uppercut you off the fucking slide. Because the sword does an uppercut swing like a dick.
Or, you remember when I would try to uppercut you so you could get the mountain
Oh, yeah.
fucking damage when we were on the hills?
We got it. Who did we get that on?
I can't remember.
Was that Nergigante?
It might have been Nergigante.
I
That
just
was
remember,
fucking
like, in the
sweet.
middle of the fight, we just decided this is how we're gonna beat this monster, and we
this is how
fucking
we're
did
gonna
it,
do
and
it.
we like celebrated like we beat the game. It's like 3 in the morning. We're like, yeah!
It was fucking great. I was like, oh, I can slam you up in the air and you can do fucking mountain damage?
Such a good fucking game. God, I can't
It
wait.
was such a good game.
I know
I-
Rise isn't gonna be the same. I know it's just an appetizer to keep me hungover, but
I
I
know
still
it
just
is.
can't wait to fucking play it.
I almost kind of want to download World again.
Like I said, I keep looking at it, but I know it's a mistake.
I
It's
know
like
it would be
I'd
a
rather
mistake.
just Rise come out and it be like a brand new thing, like super exciting. But well, like I said, I ended up buying the fucking Borderlands thing because I saw it was finally half off. I'm like, I wanted to play it.
I want it. Oh, the Tina Wonderland or whatever?
Yeah,
Is it good or trash?
I played it for a couple hours. I really like it. The only problem with the game is the end game, from what I've heard. But it's like right now I don't really care about that because I know I'm not going to be playing it in a month.
Will. Oh, yeah, that's fair.
You know, like realistically, I can go back to it too. Like it's one of those. There's no end game as far as like raids or raid bosses realistically. But
That's
like,
so weird.
it is. It's even more weird playing the game because the RPG aspect of the game is kicked up so much further than it's ever been in those games. So it's
So
even.
you think they're trying to like balance it or what?
Well, that's the thing. Like, all they have is like the Chaos Chambers, which is like Nephilim rifts, but not as intricate. And like as you beat them, you go up in levels and you get different rarities and stuff. But it's like you go into like 5 or 6 rooms, from what I heard, and fight like 2 random bosses.
Oh, that's weird.
But yeah, but you know, and it's one of those. It's something to do, but like with the amount of RPG aspects
That's
in
not
the
gonna
game,
fucking keep you.
well, no, and that's why I wasn't gonna pay full price for it, you know. But like,
Right. Oh, that's probably why I won't buy it.
well, here's the thing though, and this is what's really cool. When you pick your character, you pick a class, and that class only has 1 tree. So like, you know, you usually have the 3 trees with the 3 supers.
Mm-hmm.
You have 1 tree, and there's 2 different supers you can pick from. And you have that tree that you work your way down. But like later on in the game, you pick another class, which gives you the other tree, and you get their like they have like a passive along with their super. So you get like the other passive. But every time you level up, you also get to put a point into like an attribute, like you would a normal RPG. So like 1 increases crit damage, 1's crit rate, 1's cooldown for spells, 1's cooldown for abilities, 1's elemental damage. And depending on what class you pick, like the class I picked had negative crit. Negative crit rate, negative crit damage, and negative health versus what the other people do. So you can either choose to offset that, or you can totally min-max and put into like whatever your guy specializes in.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that extra layer, but then like all the weapons come with like, they'll have like negative 15% crit rate, or plus 20% crit damage. So like the random
But
stats.
I'm assuming there's like opposite, like.
Well, yeah, there'll be bonuses and negatives. So like when you're looking at a weapon or a spell or a piece of gear, you have to look at all of the substats on it like you would in a Diablo. Like, it's not just, is the weapon good? Now it's, is the weapon good? Does it fit my build? Is it giving me cooldown reductions where I need it? Is it giving me the crits where I need them? You know? And then on top of that, you actually have a melee weapon, which is a first for the series.
Instead it's like a melee.
Yeah,
a melee hit.
Yeah, because before it was just a melee hit. The only way to change that was if you had a weapon that increased melee damage because it had the little thing on it. In this, you have like an actual melee weapon, and you can hold the button in, and he'll do like combos. So now you have attack speed, attack damage, all that stuff on your melee weapon. And there's builds you can specifically do for that. And like the grenades,
That's kinda cool.
The grenades got taken out for the spells, and there's some spells that you cast on yourself, and there's some casts that you cast out on other things, and like, so there's like a lot of RPG stuff built up in it, which I love. Like, it's awesome. Like, seeing the system, I'm like, this is going to be really fun to fuck around with. But then I'm like, but there's no raids.
Yeah, like you think that they would do that, but just throw the raids in there.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, and it's one of those, like, I know they tried to make this like a spin-off. Like, it's a standalone spin-off, it's based off of Dungeons & Dragons, I get all that, but, like, I would love to see all of that shit in Borderlands 4, and then have Borderlands 4 basically be a better version of Borderlands 3. To me, that would have been the perfect fucking game. And in that, I would have assumed that they would have done, like, real story DLCs, and then had raid bosses and a couple takedowns for this game. But they're not. It's just, it is what it is.
Spin-off.
Yeah. Which, again, it's cool. It's a good game. It's fun to play. I think the mechanics are pretty cool. The one mechanic was kind of weird. You got to find these dice that increase your loot luck. So, like, I'm not just running through it like a normal Borderlands game. I'm actually like searching around the area and finding all the secrets and stuff. So it's like it is a different enough game.
Right.
I just think that like once I get to the end, I would have been disappointed if I paid full price for it. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Like 50%
It sounds like
off.
one of those that
I could do.
even at 50% off. I don't know if I'd buy it.
Yeah, and it's one of those. I don't. If I wasn't super bored right fucking now, I still wouldn't have, probably, to tell you the truth. But, like, I know I'm going to be sitting here not having anything to fucking do for 3 weeks. And it's like, I have been watching it to see when it does go on sale. But, like, again, I haven't played the end game. Maybe it'll be more up my alley than I think.
Yeah, we've said that before.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's one of those, like, one of my problems with Borderlands has always been, like, the entire end game is built around beating bosses. The takedowns in Borderlands 3 was the first time that you could actually play the game with an ad-clearing build at endgame. Because, like, Borderlands 2, you play the Siren. The Siren was the best class in the game until you got to endgame, and then it was all bosses, and the Siren sucked.
Yeah, because it was AoE.
It was all AoE and crowd control. You can't do that to bosses, so it fucking sucked. So, like, this one, you're actually fighting groups of enemies, and then random bosses, which seem to be not like the big major, like, screen-filling bosses, but more like the mini-boss type guys. So maybe build diversity-wise, that'll be more interesting to me. I don't know, I haven't been there.
That's a good point.
You know, haven't played it. Don't know.
Not to mention if it... There might not be raids and shit, but I'm assuming you can get, like, certain fucking aspects. And how many bosses are there, and, like...
There's quite a few bosses from what I've heard. The thing is, like, so the end game is, like, Chaos Chambers.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they go up to, like, fucking 100. And it's one of those where, like, the best players in the world struggle to beat them.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Because, like, you know, you're scaling enemies up. At a certain point, it hits that tipping point, and everything's fucked. You know?
Right.
You have to do, like, 8 million % damage, and if they hit you, you're dead, type shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, like... But again, there's, like, new rarities as you go up. I know you unlock new types of weapons as it goes up, so there's, like, incentive to get to at least, like, 25 or 50. I can't remember which one it is, where there's the glass cut off, but... Again, will I get that far? I don't really see it at this point, but who knows? Like I said, it could be my absolute shit.
Yeah, who knows? You could rock it. You could kill all 100.
This is my game. Again, no. As of right now, I'm definitely enjoying the way the stats are and the builds and stuff. Like, I mean, I've only played it for like a couple hours. Like actually walking around and exploring, looking for the dice things and chests and all that shit. It's been. You know, it's Borderlands. It's always fun. Shoot shit, they die. You say ridiculous shit. You know, Tina's still the one running the game, so it's funny.
She's always good.
Yep.
Alright. I need to go to bed.
Alright, bro. How far'd you get?
I started
Character
playing
creator?
after I got to the first... No! No, I made it to the fucking dickhead wolf guy.
Oh, did you? Nice.
And beat him. Yeah. And then I was over it.
You didn't run over to kill the dragon?
Dude, not yet, no.
Shocking.
Weird. Alright, brother.
Alright, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, see you, bud.